All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Comedy Cellar Nightly. I'm Robert Kelly. I host once in a while, and tonight we have the legend Rich Voss and another legend in comedy, Nick Paolo, and we have somebody else coming in too, right? Right, Mush?
Yes.
Who is it?
Nimesh Patel.
Nimesh Patel is coming in at any minute now, so he'll just roll in.
He's my primary care physician.
What happened to what happened to Noam? He doesn't do it anymore.
He's taking a break. He has, he does it every night, and his family, and he's taking a little break. So
You just had to say he's taking a break. That was enough. I don't need a fucking documentary. He's taking a break. That's all we needed. All right?
I wish
Don't try to. You're not auditioning. You're the host. You're doing great.
I'm not. I'm just the guy who says Comedy Cellar Nightly at the beginning and tries to fucking deal with your horse shit
You're the
for the next hour.
You're the moderator.
I'm not a moderator.
Okay, let's go, swollen Opie. You're the moderator. Let's do it.
Rich, are you in a bathroom? Is that a shower curtain? Are you being tested?
Everybody says it's in my room, which is great because in our house.
You got a Dominican family paying your rent?
Yeah, you look like a gay maid.
I am in our house. I don't know about you, but my wife and I have our own separate bedrooms, and mine's a small bedroom, but it's enough to get away from everybody. And plus, after sex, I'm like, hey, you got to run.
You still have sex?
But I think 3 times since we've been isolated.
Wow.
So my walls are gray, so I put up like this gray fucking curtain, whatever.
You look like you're about to give somebody a physical. You're like a creepy doctor working out of your house.
That's one of the sites I go to. Creepy doctors.
He looks like the guy who used to keep Tiger King in shape. All right, let's go. 2 more. All right, get the head of that dick in your mouth. Now suck it.
Hey, Nick, I told this story, I think last week. The Cellar was trying to do like hang at the table, so you go online and you can hang with other comics and talk. So it started at like 8:30. I go one night, the first night or something, I go, let me do this like 9:30. I go, yeah, let me go on the Hangout. She was there. And I turn it on, or I go to Zoom, and it's fucking Jim David sitting in his fucking bedroom with his shirt off. It was, I'm like, how the fuck do I get out of this? And luckily my daughter walked in. I go, oh, I got to run.
They call him the feature king.
If I saw that, I haven't had sex in so long, I would have stayed.
Bobby, you look thinner or younger, or you look good.
Thank you, buddy. I lost a little weight.
Yeah, you look good. What's a little?
35 pounds.
Wow.
No, it's a little for me because I still have 100 to go.
Man, you actually look younger.
Thank you, buddy. That's such a compliment. What are you smoking there? What is that?
I got some fucking hash. I've really changed my lifestyle down here.
I listen. Here's the thing. Kevin Brennan's moving to Florida.
That's gonna last.
You don't think he's gonna make it down there?
I'm just saying his skin won't last 3 minutes in that sun.
His brothers would.
His what?
His brother would. The guy he competes with. That was kind of funny. He had his brother that,
I know, but they have the same skin. That's why it didn't make sense.
But I'm just saying, he's successful, the brother, Okay,
well,
so
have to tell us it's funny. It's probably not, but go ahead.
Okay, it wasn't. Let's move on. Sorry.
Nimesh is tuning in. He's using an iPhone 3.
What's up, Bobby?
What the? Do you have a plant in your fucking house?
Yeah.
What are you? What is that? Is that the set of threes company?
I've got 30 plants.
You're gonna eat. So apparently you aren't a headliner because you're eating during radio.
Looks like a video coming in from the Middle East, the West Bank.
That's what I'm gonna diet in a fucking pandemic. I want to see a skinny Indian eating his fucking food. That's good.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, buddy. Nice to see you in the mesh. Nick, I mean, look, it looks like you were fucking ahead of the game.
Yes, I'm getting the last laugh out. I moved a year ago yesterday down here. I saw, I went to a wet market when I was in Hong Kong years ago. I knew this was coming.
Well, that's funny is that today they're
I know.
saying it wasn't from a fucking wet
I
market.
know.
It was from a lab.
A lab.
And
Yeah.
then I immediately went online. I was like, who has the most deaths? Oh, it's us. We're fucking done. China is not even second. And Russia had, guess how many deaths Russia has?
Yeah.
4.
223.
But
Yeah.
I told you that,
I hope
Bobby.
you don't- Are you
Go ahead.
really believing numbers from communist governments, Bobby?
Bobby, but I told you this a couple of weeks ago that it came out of a lab and it was a warning.
Where's the
just-
news that it came out of a lab?
What's
I didn't
that?
see this. I didn't see the news that it came out of a lab.
Yeah, all day it was on the news.
All day it was on the news.
I haven't been
Yeah.
watching the news in like a week or two.
Well, don't ask us where it came from and then tell us you haven't fucking watching. You said it like accusatory. We're fucking,
Well, it seems like it would be a fucking New York Times headline.
well, it was on everything
Oh,
today.
you're reading the wrong paper, number one, but
Was it on like
yeah,
Washington
that's-
Examiner?
these slippery chinks. Let me ask you,
Jeez.
seriously, I mean,
Slippery is not usually what we call them.
well, you can't trust them. But
What is this?
it's
What is
the
this? The 70s?
I'm bringing back sexy with race.
Oh my god!
I mean, this is the internet, isn't it? What am I going to get in trouble? They're going to
No.
cancel my 115 at the strip? For Christ's sake.
No, that's closed.
I keep thinking you guys are still working every night. This hasn't affected my career whatsoever. I mean, I do my show Monday through Thursday, and sometimes I'm on the road, sometimes I'm not. But for the most part, I mean,
you don't need this is what you did, and tell me if I'm wrong. You simplified your life, upgraded everything, simplified your financial situation by thousands of dollars,
right.
and also made it so that you don't even have to go on the road if you don't want to. You can just stay home, do your show, and perform where you want to do it a few times a year, and that's it.
Yeah, but what's pissing me off is it was the show. Yeah, I could stay home and not do stand-up, which I'm never gonna do. I love stand-up like you guys, but I was just picking up momentum. Sold out the last 6 or 7 shows, and I was just starting to make some real money with these gigs, and then this hit. So, but I think people will be dying to get out of their house eventually.
I feel the same way. I literally said to my wife the week before it happened, like, me and Voss are doing this tour. We're having such a good time on it. I mean, it was the fucking best tour I've ever been on. I mean, just because it was we just showed up, had fun, did the show, killed it, and went home.
Right.
It was the crowd, the fans, it was fucking great.
Yeah.
And then my own shit was selling out, making bone. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
We
And
call
then-
that the Voss curse.
Oh, look
Yeah.
who's back.
Voss is doing great. Something
Shut up,
bad is gonna happen.
I could smell you through the computer.
This is just.
Fucking Bodak, shut your mouth. Headliners are talking.
He's
Go
not a-
ahead. What were you
he's
saying, Bobby? Bobby.
They're not going to allow him on a boat.
You know what? And I mean, you're right. Nick simplified his life, but it did kind of like a wake up call to slow down a little because I try to work every
I'm
fucking
sorry,
week.
boss. You
What?
look like you fucking have breast cancer.
I
I can't take the pink bandana. Just put a hat on.
Oh
I
my
know,
He
yeah.
looks like patient zero for the corona.
He really does. Yeah, thank you. For God, love of
Fucking
God.
beautiful.
It's because I try to cut my own hair and I put a big
I feel
bald
like it
spot
was-
in the back.
I feel like I was watching Tig Notaro's fucking TV show. Go ahead.
But it is kind of a wake up call a little bit to like, because I was, and I think you were too, Bobby. We would try to work every week of the fucking year almost.
I work,
and
yeah.
just go on the road. If
I
I,
work
wasn't doing the
September.
tour,
I work
Go ahead.
September until May, and then I slow
Yeah.
down a little bit in June and July, and then August I take off because I don't, nobody's going to come anyways. And I worked the clubs I wanted to. I said no to the ones that fucking like, we'll pay, fuck off. I only worked the clubs I loved. It was really, I kind of was like, I'll do this. I'll ride this the fuck out.
See, I only worked the clubs that said yes. So those are the ones I worked, the ones that said yes. But I realized too, I really only have to work 2 weeks a month and then just hang in New York or whatever the other 2 weeks. 2 road gigs a month is enough for me to fucking still get by and save money and pay my mortgage or whatever. So
I was just getting into the swing of it. I hate fucking getting on a plane. I have for the last 20 years, but I had just started because these things were selling out. I was making real money. And because like Rob said that I, made my life a lot easier. The airport is 8 minutes from my house. There's never anybody there. And I was like, hey, you know what? I did like weekends a couple months ago and I was like in the groove. I go, this isn't even really bothering me anymore. Yeah. And then somebody had a bowl of bat soup and here I am. What the fuck?
I know.
Nothing's changed for me.
Are you writing for anybody? Nimesh, are you doing any writing?
I was working on Sam B.
I don't care. I'm only kidding.
Nimesh, please.
I'm only kidding.
Nimesh.
I mean, look, when I saw the three of you on screen at the same time, I was like, I see what I'm walking into here.
Nimesh, please. Answer the
bottom of the barrel.
Don't let him fucking do that. What were you writing? I was interested.
Voss and I have worked together on everything, and this has been our dynamic since what?
That was an interesting question. What were you working on?
I was working on Sam
Nobody gives a shit.
Fuck.
We're
working on.
Look, I'm gonna go.
No,
my chips.
No,
don't. Silence.
You were working
on. Need the diversity. Don't scare them away.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is a fucking hate crime waiting to happen.
You were working on Sam B's show?
Yeah, I was. Sorry, Nick. I was working on a show that is known as Woke for quite some time, and then that gig ended in February, and so I was like, all right, maybe like now it's pilot season, so I'll be shopping my pilot around, what have you, and all that shit's just fucking done. Like writing gigs are like, I don't even know how people are staffing right now.
Let me ask you something, Nimesh, though. How is the industry? Because they always adapt. When we had the writer's strike, they went right to fucking reality TV.
Yeah.
When they find the money, they find something. How are they adapting to this?
I think what's going to happen is a lot of shit's going to be nice. He deserved that. Thank you.
Was that his girlfriend?
No, it's my daughter.
I think what is happening is a lot of shit's going to shift to Zoom. I think people are realizing no one needs office space. It's the same shit that's happening everywhere. Where people,
that's right.
Offices don't need to exist.
That's exactly right.
And I think like it's going to be a great market for writers once everything settles. And like if I were living in fucking Tennessee and I wanted to work on a show in LA or New York, I could do that if this Zoom shit picks up. But for the short term, it's just like everyone's still trying to figure out what the fuck to do, and everyone's scrambling to find writers. I was just talking to my friend today. He said that the show that he was on, the production got pushed till September. Like they're not going to shoot shit till September. So like, why the fuck would you pay writers to be like working right now if you're not going to shoot shit until September?
Yeah.
And
theaters are done, right? Movie theaters are going to basically.
Oh yeah, I mean, theaters are done. They should have died a long time ago. But
I wonder what's going to happen with Broadway. Is Broadway going to fucking? It's going to.
I don't know. I was tossing and turning about that last night.
I know.
Well, I mean, Nick, we can work it out now, so you can sleep tonight.
Yeah, theaters.
Yeah,
theaters are done. Finally, we get in a movie, and it's not going to be in a fucking theater. It's fucking Pete Davidson's movie. Like so many comics are in that movie, like big parts. You know,
the one that was supposed to premiere at South by Southwest.
South by Southwest. Vecchione and Billy and Furzy. You know,
the last movie I was in was Louis' movie. Me and you were both in that.
Yeah.
Speaking of two people that are very generous, Louis C.K. is, I mean, this is page 6 today, $30,000. He donated to the wait staff of the Comedy Cellar.
I donated 23,000. I don't have his money.
Did you donate what?
23,000.
You donated 23,000
Yes.
to the
some fucking asshole. Some asshole donated $5 in my name and put my name there. And now on Twitter, everybody's thinking I only fucking gave $5.
That's fucking good.
That's five more. That's five more than you've tipped the staff in the last 30 years.
Okay.
Don't take it serious. It was a joke.
No. I was gonna say on Twitter, I go, that wasn't me because I would have only done 3. But somebody fucking got me good.
And I'll tell you this. Another guy that really stepped up was Michael Che.
Yeah.
He paid the rent of I believe 100. What was it? 160
units,
160 units of low income people. He paid their rent. That's fucking. I mean,
$520.
Right. I bought somebody a pound of cheese like 2 weeks ago.
We gave our babysitter a hunk of money. She's like down. She's done.
How old is she? 50?
No, our baby. No, she's a young girl, but
Why would you give a young girl? Does she live with her parents?
No, she watches her kids. Her parents both died in whatever country she's from.
Yeah, they died in the Holocaust.
Yes, no, she's fucking from fucking like Nicaragua, whatever those countries are. I didn't.
What? You just said the N-word.
No, I didn't. I said Nicaragua.
You dirty J.
I did not. You son
I'm
of a-
muting myself.
I said I didn't say that.
This is
I
gonna
didn't
end up like
finish
that.
Nicaragua.
You're both getting.
I'm muting myself. I'm not.
No,
involved in
I
this.
said, from like
Yeah,
Honduras or
say,
something.
say it 12 more times, Nick.
Honduras,
I mean,
like Honduras
lost.
or one of those, or Costa Rica. I don't fucking know. Anyhow,
Let Nimesh say it. He can say it.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. That's one I can't. Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
That's one
there
of
you
those you
go.
got to enunciate clearly, boss,
Really
which I know
do.
is difficult. I don't know why you even attempted it.
Out of all the countries you could have picked.
I know.
Well, it's funny that you. I mean, you do. I've given to a certain things. Ray Ellen has a good one for New York comedians that need money because there are some New York comics that we know that are in a fucking bad spot right now. So he put a GoFundMe together for a bunch of people, and you have to it's not like the big one. They're just giving people $500. Everybody gets $500. This is like submit your thing, and they're gonna divvy it out to who needs it the most, which I think is a good way to do it.
Who determines who needs it the most?
I don't think. Look, I think
Boss is asking for personal reasons.
Let me explain something. I got. Listen, once we put our garden together and start selling corn and tomatoes, I'm okay. That's all I need. It's my fucking corn and tomato stand. You got to see the size of the garden we're gonna have in the backyard.
Where do
Telling
you
you.
freaking live, Vermont?
No, we bought a fucking house with an acre of property. So
Where?
in my same town in Jersey, in Hillsborough, it's it's a fucking.
it's a
I
nice
got
house.
Yeah, so much property, and
Yeah.
I set up my golf net, my golf course in the back, my archery range.
But
I got
tell them what they're putting behind your building. Behind your-
one house away, and we didn't know this when we bought the house.
A mosque?
It's
Yeah,
one
sorry about that, boss.
there's one house dividing us, and they're putting up 3 high rises with 190 unit condos, a fucking like a house away.
other words, it's called the projects.
Yeah,
there's
Section
not-
8.
Not in our town, not in this town.
Well, maybe next
That's
year.
gonna
this
make your
hap-
What?
Go
that's
ahead.
gonna make your property value go up, no?
Why would it make my value go up?
Because it's like an upcoming place that you're
Yeah.
living in now.
Does
Yeah.
that make the property go up?
If it's a nice place.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be definitely nice. It's 190. They're not going to build a shithole,
Well,
but I don't know. All I know is a week later we see fucking mounds of dirt and fucking tractors and bulldozers.
You're just gonna hear the sucky part is you're gonna hear construction for the next 2 years. At
Yes.
as soon and they go, as soon as the state lets them go, I think in New York it's 7:30. As
Yeah.
soon as 7, you're gonna
Yeah.
for 2 years. You're gonna hear fuck, and you're gonna hate life.
And then after when they cut the ribbon to open it, it'll be followed by fire for the next 2 years.
He broke up, but that's okay. Bonnie's room is closer. My room's further away. So
That is that's a weird thing to me that you don't.
I hate where Bonnie's room is.
Why
I
don't
keep
you?
hearing a quick noise in there. Go ahead. Sorry.
Why do you not sleep together?
Because I hate her. No.
Wait, what?
I,
This is a real thing?
No. I love my wife, but everybody needs their own space. What are you talking about?
that's common amongst married people.
I'm married 15 fucking years. What do I need to cuddle? Go fuck yourself. I want to watch TV late. I come in
I don't know
late.
why you're attacking me? I just
No, I don't mean you. I meant you. I meant in general.
I just
meant in
doesn't.
general.
I like we have a big, huge king bed.
So we
and
have a king bed.
I like when I have a king bed too, and I like when she's in it. I like when my wife's in it.
Yeah. Listen,
Am
we have
I odd? Is that am
No.
I odd?
no, not at all.
Little
Not
bit.
at all.
This is the saddest marriage counseling I've ever witnessed. Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
I have bunk beds with my wife.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we have the guest room downstairs. That's where we go have sex. And
I
then we
do
come.
too.
What's
Rich.
that?
I do that too. So I have a spare bedroom. I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's better. She'd wake me up in the middle of the night because I'm snoring, and I'd end up in my old place, and I end up walking downstairs and sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
So this way I get a good night's sleep.
Why
I
does
can
your
go I can go on the phone, play slots online without her watching.
Why does your camera setup look like Bernie Sanders is doing an interview?
What are you talking about?
You got to get a light on the front or take your glasses off. We can see us in yeah. There you go. Now it takes the glare away a little bit. That's nice.
What's that?
You look good.
Guys talking about women's issues?
No, we're not
Hi,
talking about
Bonnie.
women.
Bonnie said, "Are we talking about women's issues?" Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
that's what we're experts in. Nimesh, you're in the city, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're quarantining. Are you staying home every night?
I mean, I go on walks and shit, but outside of that, I
That's
don't know
it.
what else. Yeah, I
Nope.
mean, I haven't left Brooklyn in a month, and it feels so fucking strange. It's the weirdest thing to like not be in prison, but still like be in a prison where like I see the same people, I see the same blocks, I see the same shit. It's so weird.
Don't you have a girlfriend? Didn't you have one the last time I saw you?
I have a fiance, yes.
Oh, you have a fiance.
Yeah, our wedding both of our weddings got pushed.
Did her now when her family promised her to you and your family accepted? Did you get along with her right from the beginning?
Yes, the dowry was acceptable.
What
You
did
were going to get married. You have a fiance.
Yeah, that's what a fiance is, man.
Did you have to give a dowry?
Yeah,
Yes.
4 cows.
I was gonna say 4 cows.
I remember Ian Edwards on stage talking about, he was like, yeah, they had to give a dowry. And someone's like, a dowry? What's a dowry? And he was like, it's a dowry, motherfucker. When you marry somebody, you got to give them fucking jewelry and cattle and what'd you think? What else you think they got to give him? And I heard the guy went, you. I was like, what the fuck? Fucking piece of shit.
There was no dowry. I'm prized enough.
Really?
No.
Is your fiance Indian too?
No,
or-
boss. She's Jewish.
Is
Oh,
she?
muzzle
How does that
tough.
make you feel?
It makes me feel good that you're going to have to deal with her, not me. I married an Irish girl. I went low budget. I can't afford a
Are
Jew
you
broad.
are you religious, Nimesh?
Yeah, I
You
am.
are. Okay.
Me too.
But not like a overbearing Hindu, you know? I don't like
Right.
I don't eat beef, but outside of that, I do all the normal shit.
Right.
You,
You know,
drink out of old peanut butter jars?
It's not peanut butter.
It's amazing jar and it's wine. You miss this?
No,
You
I
miss
don't
this,
miss
Bob?
it. If I'm a man, if I'm going to get high, I'm going to smoke crack. fucking dumb wine,
Yeah.
smoke
Cheers,
fucking
Nick.
meth.
Cheers.
Brother with brother.
That's a WAP thing right there. That's an Italian thing.
I think it's a Southern thing. They started with the mason jars, didn't they?
Oh, is
Yeah.
it? Now, Nick, how are you like? I mean, you're down in the South. I would never think. I would think maybe St. Pete's, maybe somewhere else.
Where,
You know what I
where are
mean?
you, Nick?
Somewhere where you could do a little swinging, wear some fucking jeans with dragons on them, or you know what I mean? Maybe bang your neighbor's wife in front of them. I mean, I did the South. I just didn't.
Savannah, have you ever been to this town?
I have, and it's beautiful, but
It's- yes. What don't you like about it?
I know that's what I don't like about it, but I just didn't see you coming from such a Boston guy down to the South. Do they love you? Do you hate it?
I've never been happier. Can't you tell by my tone and my demeanor? It's relaxing.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Boston is not the South of the North.
No, that was a fuck. That's that fucking Michael Che keeps that shit alive. But ooh, it's a race. It's fucking, you know.
Michael Che is a saint. Don't
Yeah,
let.
he's a yeah, fucking. I love when Boston is so racist. Yeah, right. Who has a better chance of surviving a fucking black guy in downtown Boston at midnight or a white guy in downtown Atlanta at 3 a.m? I love how racism only cuts one way, you know?
Well, a white guy in downtown Atlanta at 3 o'clock in the morning is probably a cop. So I'm going to put my money on that guy.
You just, okay, let me put a little caveat there. It wasn't a cop.
Yeah, and Atlanta is really nice. You should have said Compton.
Well, Compton, I'm just saying.
I mean, good punch up. Good punch up,
Boston
Bob.
was really racist in 1958, you know?
When they had the combat zone back in the, when everybody thought that was like the toughest area, the combat zone.
It was a fucking dirty fuck, and I loved it. I loved the combat zone.
It's like 42nd Street.
What?
I was in a hospital having a shoulder operation my senior year in high school. And my buddy busted me out of the hospital and brought me to the combat zone. I had a winter coat over my gown.
Wasn't it like 42nd Street?
And I fingered a fucking dancer. Great story.
I used to date one of the dancers from the Naked Eye. Remember the Naked Eye?
Oh, Jesus. Yes.
Yeah. I remember, and they had the glass
What was
slipper.
his name, Bobby? Kevin?
That was Michael. But listen, the thing is, he was a friend of the family. They had the glass slipper, where it was the small one across the street.
The glass.
Where the
Yes.
girls who kind of got pushed out of the Naked Eye went over there. And I remember one of the girls came down, just this old fucking woman, and her whole striptease act, she had Windex and a thing of Bounty, and she would clean all the pussy smudges off the glass. It was the sexiest thing I've ever seen. She would come out and just clean all the ass and pussy smudges on the glass.
Can you imagine?
Oh, fucking A.
Those are the good old days.
Yeah. Remember I remember I went to a strip club. We went to the Naked Eye with Patrice. And it's the first time I ever saw he would heckle the strippers. Yeah, check out your little flappy ass. Come over here. He goes, what? Your left tit's bigger than your right tit. What the? And he throw $1 at him.
Well, when we were in Holland, me and this comic were hanging out. So we went to the red light district. So I didn't go in that night. And he went in. He's with this prostitute. So after he's done, they're getting high. And she goes, "What do you do for a living?" And he said, "I'm a comic." And she goes, "Do you know Patrice?" What in the fucking
I was with Patrice the first time he went to Amsterdam. Me and Keith got there first. We got there at like 2 p.m. We were like, "Where's the red light district?" The guy pointed us. We went down. He sent us to the local one, which was just awful chicks. I mean, it was just, they fucking terrible. They all looked like they worked at Wegmans in the afternoon on Tuesday. But we didn't know. We were just like you. We went down, we did it, and then we swore it off. Then later that night, we figured out that the tourist one was the one to go to. Patrice comes in. He goes into one place. He's literally like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, comes out. "How was it?" "I didn't come." We're like, "Why?" He goes, "She wasn't the one." He goes to another one. He went to 3 more and he kept coming out going, I didn't come. She wasn't the one. Then he went into this old Dutch. She had to be like 50. He goes in. He's in there for like 20 minutes. All of a sudden, you see her head stick out the window. There was a curtain, and she turned her sign closed. And he comes out. He's like, she's the one. Oh, my God.
When we were in Brazil, I walked into his hotel room and he was like naked, or yet it looked like a big bear from behind. It just
Look like Lizzo.
I listened to his roast the other day from Boston Comedy Club. I'm telling you, Keith, that bomb that Keith had, it was worse than his stroke. It was unbelievable how bad he ate it.
It was.
I heard about that. I wasn't at that. I heard that was legendary.
One of the greatest. Listen to me. One of the greatest fucking things I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can bring it up. It was fucking Keith. Here's the problem. They shut the lights out on Keith because he wouldn't get off.
Where was it?
It was at the Boston Comedy Club.
And he fought. Ben Bailey went up before him.
Oh, the audio of that is something.
Yeah.
They were just talking about it on Reddit.
Yeah, that's why Ben Bailey went up and did 10 years of hatred, getting back at all of us for just smashing him for 10 years.
Yeah.
Him and DC Benny. And Ben killed. He wouldn't get off the stage. And then Keith went up and tried to ad-lib a fucking roast. And it was fucking brutal.
Listen to me. What was it, Keith? What was it? Ben Bailey's line. He goes, I mean, look, we all like Ben Bailey, but we didn't think he was going to murder. His line was Keith Robinson. He took little Kev under his wing. Little Kev ripped that wing off and flew all the way to Hollywood and left Keith doing circles between Philly and New York.
Which
That's
such a
brutal.
fucking good line.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
That wasn't that bad, man.
Fuck, yeah, wow, that's mean.
Oh,
Oh,
fucking
yeah, it was-
terrible.
Yeah, it was fucking
Yeah.
fun.
Keith
funny.
bopped so bad. Esty went up to get him off, and he goes, Esty, fuck that. Get away from me. He yelled at Esty. We were fucking howling. I remember he was bombing so bad, we just kept going, stretch, keep going. And then at one point, he's so cocky, he didn't write it. He thought he was going to wing a roast.
Yeah.
He went to his part. You want jokes, motherfucker? We want jokes. He took out a napkin, a wrinkled up napkin with like writing on it. And he read the joke and it fucking bombed. I think we all fell off our chairs. We were laughing so hard. Is there anything better in life than when your friends take a hot one? I mean, what makes a comic laugh more than one of us? I mean, I've been upstairs and people have run up Keith's bombing, and we all literally run down like he's like someone's fucking with him. Me and Keith did that to Voss one night. Was it Nikki Glazer's on stage? I mean, she's at the Village Underground. Murdering, fucking murdering. It's all young kids, 20 to between 20 and 35, murdering. And he's got to go up. He gets up, he sits down on the stool, and he's doing his shit. Keith sits on one side, I sit on the other, and anytime he says anything, we go, oh, oh no. It just took over the crowd. And then every fucking joke he told, they were like, no. And then one point I was standing next to Liz. This girl looks up at Liz. She goes, what is he doing?
But I started off okay. And then you guys, when I said something dirty, something semi-dirty, you guys would groan. Yeah. And then and the crowd, and I yelled at him. I go, she just talked about her pussy for 15 fucking minutes. And I do one dirty joke. And I didn't know they were on each side of the room groaning, getting the crowd to, they hated me.
Oh, it made me so, just seeing you flop up there. Nothing better. So I want to, this is some real shit. I think, today they announced two more weeks in New York City. This fucking thing that we do might be done for a long time.
Do you believe that?
I mean, if you live in New York, I think it is, Nick. I don't know how it's going to be for you because you've done things, you've done what certain people it won't be, but there's going to be a lot of comics that were sucking off the teat. And, you know, look, if I can't play the Cellar, if I can't,
you mean locally?
if I can't fly out of here, if they're not letting me leave because I live in New York,
Just drive.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, you're saying 2 more weeks of isolation?
What if the Cellar? I mean, like the Cellar. What are these clubs? What are they going to do? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
Nick, you live down there. You have a successful show that goes on every day. You make money off of that. You know, so it's like you've actually done what people are going to start doing now. Going to start to build now. You've been building for 4 years.
But are you saying stand up overall is live comedy overall, or just in New York City? You don't think?
I think that people are who's gonna go back to a club until there's a vaccine? Who's gonna sit in a little a 200, 300 seater right next to somebody else?
Everyone that got it already.
Oh, wait, Bobby, you said 2 weeks.
But how do you know you got it?
And I don't mean that jokingly. I mean that half jokingly. I feel like there's a lot of people who like I had it and I'm fine now, but like I think there's a lot of people who are like have been pent up for so long. We're like, oh, fuck it, we have to go out. And this, like, when on the 15th of March was the last time I did a show at the Cellar, and that was a day before they ordered everything closed, and it was still like 30 people at Village Underground.
Yeah.
And I feel like that will slowly trickle back up to the extent that the city allows it. There's no way it's going to go 0 to 100% capacity. It's going to go back to like 0, 10%, 20. And then at some point, maybe in like 6 months, if there's not another resurgence of this fucking virus, it'll be like a 60, 70% capacity, which is not good for clubs, but it will be enough to like sustain an audience and crowds.
Bobby,
That's an optimistic view.
Bobby, you said New York 2 weeks, 2 more weeks at home, or 2 more weeks things open?
2 more weeks at home. Governor.
Yeah, it's May 15th now.
Yeah, May 15th. He just added 2 more weeks today, which is
but you're saying New York, you're saying specifically New York, you think you don't see it coming back for a long time. But
I'm saying it's not going to be where it is everywhere for a long time. I could be wrong.
Well, there's states that are ready to open that would barely buy it. They have clubs and small theaters and shit that you could fly to now.
Well, you can't fly out of New York because you're quarantined for 14 days.
Oh, so
is that a law or like a fucking?
It depends on it. Here's the thing. It depends on the state you're flying into too. Like what they decide. It's like weird because like I don't know about history. I don't know about states and governors, and I'm learning about all this shit now, but each state is kind of on their own.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure, and then they go to the federal government if they need help. And so any state can say, look, nope, fuck you. We're not opening. Yep, we're opening. So they're trying to all stay together. But like, you know, I think certain states are like, if you're coming here from New York, you're going to have to be quarantined for 14 days to make sure.
Hawaii's like that. I know.
So,
but Jersey, you fly out of Jersey, out of Newark.
Jersey, I think Jersey's the same thing. Jersey's the second most cases.
You're taking a pounding, but I think a lift, I really do, is it's creepy. Did you get that psychic Sylvia Brown? She wrote a book 12 years ago. She wrote a book 12 years ago and saying a pandemic would hit the United States in 2020. She even says a respiratory pandemic. She wrote this 13 years ago and said it'll go away as quickly as it came, but it'll do a little damage. Isn't that creepy?
That is creepy. That is weird. That book's going to sell off the fucking shelves now.
Here's a question nobody's asking, though, that I don't hear anybody asking on TV. What's going to keep our adversary, Russia, China, Iran, from fucking with us with this shit? Couldn't they? I mean, it brought us to our knees. What stops them from fucking creating some more lab? I mean, I know we could hit them back, but this was like a test run. I mean, they saw what brought the mighty United States to its knees.
I think China did. I thought this was a warning. Them saying, "Hey, embargo, like don't fuck with us. We're the world
Maybe.
power."
Maybe.
That's what I thought. But we also have biological weapons.
I know.
We could do whatever they do, worse if we want.
No.
China
because-
doesn't care if they lose 1 million or 2 million people.
Yeah, that's the difference.
That's
China
exactly
will
right.
just lock down immediately. They just eliminate a city to make sure
Yeah.
nothing happens to them.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but we can't do that. But when this happens again, we're gonna have to be a little more. That's what scares me too. The government's gonna have to say, "Fuck you! It's shut down. Go home. Stay home. I don't care. We'll try to help you if we can. If we can't, you'll get through it. We're all in this together." Ugh, what the fuck?
American arrogance was at its finest display in February, and this is what happened. It's like if we had just, I mean, I hate to harp on
But is it American arrogance or is it misinformation from another country? Does that have any, like, and I'm asking, I'm not saying it, but we were given
I'm saying it.
they were told lies when the World Health says,
Sure.
"Hey, this," and you're like, "Okay, cool, we're good."
I mean, look, if it's one thing to not believe the Chinese, but then when you see what's happening in Italy, and we're like, oh yeah, they have white people the same way we do, it's just like, all right.
Yeah, but no, the timeline, they lied out of the gate. They lied for 8 days. They didn't tell us.
Yeah.
And then they said, you can't get it human to human. They kept throwing lies out there. And the people that were trying to tell the truth, they're nowhere to be found.
No.
Yeah, but wait, Bobby, our intelligence should be able to, if someone's lying, we should have been on top. We have the best intelligence in the world, that we should have known what the fuck was happening.
I don't know about the CIA or whatever that shit is, Voss. I understand what you're saying, but I'm just asking that if the World Health.
No, you're right. A lot of countries feel that way about China right now. It's not just the United States.
Yeah.
They fucking did and you know, in cahoots with the World Health Organization. I mean,
China's been a bad actor forever, but
because Democrats.
China plays the long game. You know, they've been around forever. We're just the new kids on the block, and they play the long game, man. They fucking, you know,
Democrats and Republicans. Look at this: Democrats, whoever, whatever side. I don't give a fuck. Everybody was like, "You're fine. Go down to Chinatown.
Yeah.
Go out." And everybody was saying it. Not just the leaders of our country on both sides were telling us, the fucking cattle, go enjoy yourself. Don't worry about it. 500 people or less. Then it went down to 5. Then it was 250 or less. And then it was, instead of going, fuck you, shut down right from, I mean, we'll never do it again, Nimesh, I don't think.
Well, they want to be deemed, they don't want to be deemed as racist. The Chinese knows all about identity politics over here, and they fucking exploit it the same way Russia does. Nancy Pelosi at the end of February is after Trump stopped the flights from China, she's telling the world that he's a xenophobe. She's in Chinatown in San Francisco at a parade, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of people went along with it because they don't want to be deemed as racist. And fucking China and Russia plays off that. They understand. They understand how far that goes, the race card and identity politics. They use it to their advantage.
What were you going to say, Nimesh?
I forget, honestly, but I think like it's just interesting to see. I'm very apt. I wanted to blame China, and I still blame China for a lot of this shit. But I think like if American leadership and if America in general was just like, we have to full stop, can't do anything. New York fucked up a lot. Like people don't say Cuomo and de Blasio fucked up, but they also fucked up because New York is the number 1 or number 2 destination for Chinese and Italians. Like that's where this is where they come. Like we are the epicenter of this for a reason. San Francisco is an epicenter for a reason too. It's like if New York just said, fuck you, Donald Trump, we're getting similar intelligence, we're just gonna shut the shit down for like, if we had rested for like 2 weeks, we would all be at the Cellar right now. We'd just be fucking hanging out.
Is that real? Is that true?
Not 2 weeks, maybe a month, but like if we had shut down all of March, we'd be fucking fine right now.
And this stuff travels. This stuff is everywhere. It's in the air. It's on packages. So you don't know how it would have spread or how fast it would have spread.
Yeah.
I think it's bigger than we're all imagining. I don't think
I don't remember New York behaving this way when
What's that?
Ebola happened. Do you remember that when that doctor came back from Congo when he had, or where it was, and he had Ebola and he was just on the train and he went bowling?
Right.
No one reacted this way. No one was like, yo, we gotta shut everything. That's fucking Ebola. It's not the fucking it's Ebola, and we were just like, it's fine. I'm gonna go.
Ebola liquefies your internal organs in about 48 hours.
We were just chilling. We were just out.
Why? What did they do that didn't fucking turn into this? What did they do that they didn't do this time?
Infectious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Ebola might be one of those things you got to be bleeding out to like transfer it to people.
Yeah, and
Maybe
this could be caught on a plane from somebody coughing on a fucking plane.
The one thing that I love that they were like, you don't need a mask. It's actually the people who it's like, fuck you. You lied to us about masks. You don't need masks. No, you fuckface. You need a mask because it protects you. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Wear a mask. Now everybody's going to wear a mask.
Oh, I remember.
That's going to be Shitty Middler's new merch. Fucking masks.
I'm already peddling that.
VOS.
You know what? Bonnie had a great tweet. What if we find out it was in the soap? You know.
That's where it should stay, as a tweet.
I didn't say it.
This is what I'm going to say, is that people are like this is why I don't fully blame China, and that's because, like you said, Nick, they're a long-term
they play the long game.
Institution. This is going to change all of the economy. And this is a friend of mine was telling me this. It's like, no, we're no longer going to rely on China the same way. Like, this is a bad thing for China in the sense all of our supply chains are going to shift, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, for China, like, if this is a short-term play where we're going to like say China did this to make America like on a downward spiral, sure, it's going to hurt us for like a year or two, but
right.
American resilience, we're going to come back. And this is
manufacturing. I mean, we rely on 95% of our antibiotics come from China.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Yeah, but that doesn't. Can I say something?
Sure.
So the antibiotics and all the stuff we need for this thing, they sell. That's not a fucking weird. That's not weird.
Know.
That's weird to me. And why Russia 220 something deaths, and they're literally touching the country.
They're lying for sure.
Same with China's numbers. They said over there, people in China said they were seeing literally hundreds of thousands of urns in front of funeral homes in the last month or so. As far, where they cremate bodies and shit.
Yeah.
There was stories online. They were shoving old people. They were shoving, and this was coming from China. People, they're probably disappeared now. But this old lady was in a cab talking about she was in a hospital. They were shoving an old guy who was still alive in a body bag, trying to zip him up. And you don't think for a second they wouldn't do that? Come on.
Yeah.
They're communists.
I think the next time, well, you laugh. Why are you laughing, Nimesh?
It's just like such a funny thing. Their political and economic policies make them shove people in body bags while they're still. It's just a funny. They're communists, so they murder.
You have a history. Come on, let's not fucking.
I know. I understand that they are a news suppressing institution, but the communism and it was just funny that those two things were conflicting.
Nimesh, I have a question though, because
Yeah.
how is India dealing with this? What
Dude,
is going?
India, Modi is trying to beat China like right now. He's definitely suppressing shit. He's luckily like locked down the country for an additional 3 weeks. I think it was already 2, so a total of 5. Like everyone stay home, which is what Trump should have done forever ago. But at the same time, it means like if you think America's a service economy, India is exponentially that. So you have a super poor population who can't work and now has to literally travel on foot to their homes. And more people are going to die from like starvation and poverty because of COVID than of COVID in India. That's my view, I think. And there's so much happening there where like, if you like, there were super spreaders, like a bunch of people had prayers and all this kind of stuff. And it just so happens to feed into what Modi wanted to happen, because Modi's a very anti-Muslim guy. And so these Muslim groups were having prayer groups, and like, that's just an easy way to be like, these Muslims, let's attack these Muslims. It's a powder keg
What's going
situation
on
for
over
Narendra
here?
Modi. What's that?
That's going on over here. The fucking left was trying to blame evangelicals for this shit. And then did you see the pastor tried to have a outdoor mass in cars?
Uh-huh.
He was, standing like you pull up at a drive-in, everything's
Well,
driving now.
If you're talking about Louisiana, there was that pastor that held 2 1,000 people masses after everyone said stay at home in New Orleans, which is another epicenter now.
The guy I'm talking about was in Mississippi though, and the cops showed up, or literally arresting. It's a whole constitutional issue, regardless of what's going on with the pandemic and shit. But they're using religion as a scapegoat over here too.
Yeah, but everybody, I mean, has gone out to the supermarket to get food, or go to Lowe's or
Yeah,
Home
the
Goods.
liquor stores are open, but the churches are closed.
Yeah.
In California, they shut the fucking gun shops. But
The
they're
devil always
they're
wins,
letting
man.
criminals on the street.
In Jersey, there's no
weird.
gun shops. They close all the gun shops in Jersey.
Yeah, and they're releasing people from jails in fucking Jersey and in Florida.
But how the fuck is a liquor store? How is that essential? Like,
Oh,
I guess.
about that.
What's that?
No, I know.
Why is that essential? Liquor stores.
It's prohibition if you close liquor stores.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a violation of the 14th Amendment.
Okay, but closing the churches, that's not a violation? Of course it is.
Is that a violation, closing a church?
Yes.
Well, it's supposed to be separation between church and state in pretty much everything.
I know nothing.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a separate.
I bought a gun and I bought extra no grain chips. That's my prepping. I got salsa and no
Shoot them into your mouth.
I like your gun cabinet that you built online. I saw that you built it.
You got
But-
guns, Bobby?
I bought, the first thing I did when this happened is my friend Mike Calta, maybe the guy who running this, I don't know if he's listening. Mushy Mike, bring up my gun cabinet on Instagram. First thing I did was I tried to buy a gun. All the gun stores closed. So then my friend Mike shipped me a gun into a gun store up in Port Jersey or Jester or whatever it was. I drove an hour. Jester, right? Yeah. I drove there. The gun lady, she keeps her place open. Here it is right here. She keeps her place open because she's an actual she's a FedEx. So she can there it is right there. I built that.
Yeah, but here's the thing: what
Look at
somebody
that.
said
That's
online.
my gun right there. I got a Shockwave. It's a little I bought that, just home protection, because look at, man, I live out here. Someone tries to come to my house to get paper towels. Fucking go fuck yourself.
Give
I'm
me your
not-
toilet paper, Bobby.
Here's my weapon, and I'm getting a new crossbow in the mail. But Bobby, just like somebody said online,
Yeah.
a
The
fucking
Chinese, not the Cherokees. What the fuck are you with a crossbow?
crossbow gun. Because in Jersey, you can't get a gun. So you got to get the next best thing.
You can
A
get
fucking crossbow.
Yeah.
Can't
you
get a
can't get
gun.
No, not now. Everything's
Go to
closed.
Newark tonight.
What blew me away is that my friend was like, "Get a
A
gun."
tsunami.
What blew me away was my friend. I let everybody laugh, but it just my friend was like, "Just go buy a gun." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you can. Anybody can go buy a long gun, which is a shotgun or
Right.
a
I
rifle."
did that in Westchester.
No,
Yeah.
but that's only in certain states. In Jersey, you have to have a card even to get a shotgun.
Oh
have to
well,
fill
I
out
walked in.
Paperwork.
I
That's
gave
New York.
I gave him my license, 2-second check because I got nothing wrong, and fucking bang, I
Yeah.
got a gun.
Here's
Nothing wrong. Excuse me.
What? I had nothing
What do you
wrong.
mean nothing?
I had no
What are you talking about?
Okay.
fires or nothing.
You
here's
remember
fu-
over that gumball machine when you were a teenager?
No, that's my record's just sealed at 18.
look at Bobby. This is Jersey's gun fucking application. There's 5 fucking pages.
Yeah, but that's for a
That is
handgun.
not. That's Bonnie's one-woman show.
That's what it's called transitioning.
Yeah. It's called my husband's a beard.
No, no, Bobby, that's for you can't get even a rifle without filling out an application. in
I don't
Jersey.
know. I didn't know that. I thought it was
I wish
Got
it
a light
was.
shotgun up there.
I'll never even touch that gun. I'll never even touch it again. It's locked away. But if
No, you
I
gotta
hit-
go. Just go
Yeah.
to the range.
I'm gonna go to
Bobby.
the range to learn to make sure I know how to use it correctly. But yeah, I
Bobby,
don't
a
gotta-
sledgehammer can open your fucking your locker, your rifle.
Yeah, but here's the thing with that. It's not for somebody breaking in.
It's for the kid.
It's I don't want to have a gun underneath my bed. It's just so that he
I got my carrying concealed. The second day I was down here, I bought a handgun. Fucking good.
You didn't have to fill out paperwork down there, Nick?
Yeah, I had to fill out paperwork. Not for the gun, fucking that was like buying a cheeseburger. It's fucking.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Then I put it on my lap the second week I was down and drove through Chick-fil-A just to see what they do at the drive-through.
Fucking
They
Arizona.
don't give a fuck. They
This
don't
was
give
all
a
material that I was about to put out, in another fucking 6 months or so. Now that's all gone.
We should put it out. Look what Louis did.
Yes, I know. I know.
Put it out on your own. This is the people are dying for digital right now. You can put it out right now, Nick, and probably make the most money you've ever made on anything.
I know, but I don't. I haven't recorded it.
Do it right now. We'll laugh. We'll be the audience.
I can't remember.
Give
I
us
can't
one.
remember
Give us. I
anything.
know. I can't. Can you guys remember your act? I don't
No.
remember fucking anything.
That's the beauty of it, though. I always say that to young comics, because years ago I'd finish an hour and then you start a new one and you have to go on the road and do an hour. You could always dip into the last album. I can't do that anymore. I can't even remember fucking one joke from my last album.
Right.
I know.
I can't remember anything that I did a month ago.
And
And I felt I was like a month ago, I was like, I'm at my top of my game. I don't remember how to fucking even walk on stage.
That is the one thing where I felt like in the beginning of this year, like I hit 10 years in August of 2019. And this like January, February, I was like, okay, I feel like I know what I'm doing a little bit enough where I had some like getting on Cellar stage felt like, all right, I'm going to fucking destroy this. And even if I don't, it's going to be fine. And then the fucking COVID shit, I'm like, fuck you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like I just felt like a little stride in my fucking step,
Yeah.
Bobby,
Yeah.
And it's
our
gone.
tour, everybody, it was me, Bobby, Florentine, and Bennington. Everybody's killing. And top of the game. Right now, I had a dream. I swear to God, I had a dream the other night. I went on stage and I just froze. I fucking froze. I didn't know what to say. So I'm just gonna listen to my last 3 albums and
Was
just
that a
fucking,
dream or was your TV on? The last Comedy Central Presents.
there you go. And there goes his tell. He takes a fucking hit off that fucking
They hit
fake
a timing.
I don't like Nick. I don't know why you're hitting a vape like a cigar.
I'm doing both, Nimesh. I'm fucking smoking cigarettes and doing this.
You never smoked cigarettes, did you?
Yeah.
No, I was always a casual one or two, but about 2 years ago, I started doing about a pack a day.
Holy shit.
And I fucking still do 12 miles on the elliptical, but whatever. Fucking want to enjoy my life.
I'm saying the from 1 to 2 to a pack is quite the escalation.
Yeah, it's funny how people get to you certain shit, and I really fucking love it. I gotta be honest, I don't think I'm gonna stop.
Funny what addiction, because I've been on this whole 30 thing since December, I think.
What 30 thing?
This not eating. I don't have sugar. I don't have dairy. I don't have grains, and but this thing hit, and I'm like, my wife's. They're eating ice cream sandwiches. They're having fucking pasta and butter with fucking bread. And I'm sitting there. I'm having fucking nothing. I'm eating like fucking snap peas. I'm like,
how do you do it?
I don't know, but if I don't want to, because I see certain comics are doing these Zoom things, and you can see their faces are starting to get fat. I'm hoping I come out of this, and all you fuckers are just fat as shit. And I'm the only skinny one. You know what I mean?
Zoom.
I'm coming out like Chappelle, man.
Zoom. I could just walk into another room and see that. But my wife, she made a cake the other night, and I walk by it. I just take a piece off it until the whole fucking cake is almost gone. I eat like fucking pigs here. But I also I work out every fucking day. If you just work out, whatever. We ate worse and more on the when this was. Going out and eating at restaurants, and there's no restaurant you could eat at that's healthy.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, there is. You can get steak, or you can get fish, or chicken with vegetables. I mean, I've done it. It's
all
not
butter.
No, you don't use butter. Just tell them not to use butter. Tell them to use oil. I can't eat butter. Butter's dairy.
Yeah.
So I just say I can't eat. I tell them I'm allergic to butter, and then they use olive oil. So, but it's hard. It's hard. It's hard not just stuffing my fucking fat face.
I've made pizza 3 times this week.
Oh, my wife made me cauliflower pizza. They had regular pizza.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Oh, it was like eating the bottom of somebody's flip-flop.
Hey, listen, I live with I'm a vegetarian, but my wife's a vegan.
Vegetarian?
Well, I eat fish. So
you're a pescatarian.
Whatever religion you're talking about, but I don't eat fucking meat.
Get your level of gay correct.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on, let me put my scarf back on.
We should. I think we should end on that one.
That was good.
That was a good one. Listen,
that was a beauty.
We're gonna wrap this up. It's 9:30. Nimesh, do you have anything going on? What do you got?
My Instagram has been blowing up for some reason.
Well,
the algorithm has started to love me somehow. So just find me on Nimesh.
What do you got on the algorithm? Anything? Tell us. What can you do?
It's consistency, like to the minute almost. It feels like just do it. Like I've been putting shit out every Tuesday and Thursday, like at 1 p.m. For the last 3 weeks now, and for this past weekend, for whatever reason, I gained more followers and more views on everything than I have in the whole month. It's insane.
It's funny because I put something up with me and Voss. We were arguing on my podcast. We had a big fight, and I had this clip put up, and I thought it was going to be a monster, and nobody liked it. And then I put that thing, me making a fucking gun cabinet, and it's got 8,000 views in fucking 4 hours. I don't get it.
Whatever you did on that one, do it again.
What, I got to become a fucking carpenter?
Yeah, you're going to be this old.
The algorithm, man, it's all fucking.
What is your Instagram?
Finding Nimesh.
Finding Nimesh, dude. It's good to see you, buddy. I
miss you, man.
Yeah,
man. I can't wait till we get back to the table and just do this shit.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Shit on Voss for an hour. It's gonna be fun.
Voss, you go next.
I don't know. You can watch the roast for free at Voss Roast on YouTube, and I don't know. I just put up videos every now and then, my landscaping with Rick. I got a good video going up tomorrow.
Yeah, but
I-
you're landscaping. You go, I'm landscaping with Rich. I'm going to do this and that, but you never do the actual thing. So we don't learn anything.
Well, I'm not there to teach. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm not a fucking teacher. Okay. I'm not DF landscaper, but tomorrow I got a video going up. Bonnie chewing on crackers and you could hear her crunching. It's like she's walking on dry leaves. Every time she eats, you could hear it so loud. And I got this funny video going up tomorrow. Big
Well, let me
fucking
set my
deal.
alarm.
What is all right, Rich Voss, rich.voss on Instagram.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you got, buddy? Your
I
show?
got a video of me, Jeff Dunham, doing grout work in my bathroom. No,
What
Um,
puppet is he using?
my show Monday, Thursday, which is at nickdip.com, and you can see it on YouTube. We drop it at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And you got A Breath of Fresh Air, which is on YouTube, which is my last special. You know, did pretty well. But definitely tune in to the Nick Patel podcast
Yep.
Monday through Thursday, and you can sign up at Patreon. It's free a week now, Monday through Thursday, but we still have a ton of people that subscribe to it too. So
It's free.
yeah, went free probably a month, so it's growing, man. It's
Oh, good.
it's working. The plan's working until like I said, somebody had bat soup and fucking.
All right. Well, go to my patreon.com/Robert Kelly. I have my YKWd up there every week. You get it before everybody else. That's free on YouTube and on Riotcast. And I do a show with Mike Calta, Calta and Kelly, almost 1,000 pounds of funny on Patreon. 6 nights a week we're doing it. And then, of course, live from the shed, which I was going to have you on, Nick, before you left. But I got Ari Shafir up there this month. And next month on the 1st is Anthony Cumia, where I do an interview right here in the shed. Patreon.com/Robert Kelly. Of course, Comedy Cellar, everybody, all the wait staff, all the comics. Stay safe, stay inside, and we'll see you guys soon. All right. Take care,
See
everybody.
you guys later.
Thanks.